Hi there, this is Sean Donahoe, the Manic Marketer, and in today's video we're going to look at how you can avoid the dreaded Google Sandbox trap. First of all, let's understand what the Google Sandbox is, because there's a lot of myths and rumors about the sandbox. Well, first of all, every new site is treated with suspicion by Google, and this is not your fault because there are honestly a lot of spam sites out there and a lot of sites that offer absolutely no value to the user base of Google. And they're just trying to protect their listings and you as well, because Google's reputation and the reason they have over 80% of the market share of search engine results pages is purely because they have relevant and quality results that are ranked and put out there. The problem for us is that it can be a real pain when we're trying to promote our own websites, and it delays our marketing efforts and really affects our profits once we're stuck in this bloody sand trap. So the sandbox is basically a set of spam filters and kind of other filters that check to make sure your site is of reasonable quality, and if your site is not considered spam, you generally will be fine, but it takes time to crawl out of that sandbox. So how do we bust out of the sandbox or bypass it altogether? Well, this is a technique I've used over many years on many site launches to completely bypass any new site spam filter, sandbox, whatever you want to call it. And you can do this too. And the process is actually very, very simple. Firstly, we create a subdomain on an existing site that is already being indexed and ranked by Google, and their search engine bots are coming back on a regular basis. For example, if our domain was called somedomain.com, we would actually create a subdomain such as newsite.subdomain.com. Now, every hosting control panel out there should allow you to create a subdomain, and when they do that, they give you a folder on your new domain where you can actually upload your existing website or just replicate your new site's homepage on this subdomain. Now, once you've done that, link to this new subdomain from your homepage. That way, when the search engine bots come back, they find that new link, they jump to that and say, oh, look, there's new content, and then index it. Now, next step is wait until the new subdomain is actually indexed by Google. It doesn't have to rank, it just has to be listed in their index. And once you've done that, you then take your new website and put it on its final destination domain, because we're not leaving it here on the subdomain. Now, say for example your new site is called newsite.com. We would then create a 301 redirect from the subdomain to that newsite.com new domain. Now, many people out there don't actually know what a 301 redirect is. Don't worry, let me explain that to you. A 301 redirect basically tells a browser or a search engine bot that the link they're trying to find no longer exists and it's permanently moved to a new location. So, most hosting control panels allow you to do domain and subdomain redirecting, and they usually allow you to do this with a 301 redirect. If you can't do that, we have to go a little bit technical. You can use a file called .htaccess like this. And basically what this does, this works on Linux, by the way. If you're on Windows, there are different ways to do this, and you'll have to check with your host. But basically what this does, it says, okay, any query or any page requested on this subdomain gets redirected to newdomain.com. Now, I've got the code here, but you can find this online anywhere. Just look up 301 redirect domain, and you'll get some similar code with to this, and you just change the details to suit your own needs. But all this does is redirect all traffic coming to the subdomain to the new domain, and it works very, very well, and it tells the search engines not here anymore. So how does this actually work? Well, let's break it down into what Google sees when they do this and why this bypasses the sandbox completely. Google thinks the subdomain is part of your old site, as we said, and it gains the reputation and association of the old site. However, when the 301 redirect tells Google that the new site has moved, they think that the site is at its final destination, and Google carries on as normal, indexing and ranking. So it just thinks, hey, this is old site, okay, this new page is here, but they've moved, okay, no problem, off we go. And once you apply all these techniques, congratulations, no more Sandbox.